Hello guys, Gareth here, and today is a day I'm sure you've all been waiting for. Today we get to take a look at the map concept for our first game mode inside of Space Guardians Online, called Detention. We've got lots of exciting things to share with you, some game design, some concept art, themes, and even some gameplay mechanics. So let's get into it. So you're probably asking yourself, what's Detention all about? Well, fear not, you class skipping delinquents, there's no after school club discipline here at Defverse. Detention is an arena/MOBA-like game mode with some RPG elements thrown in for good measure, bringing forth some gratifying PvE carnage and plenty of PvP opportunity for those unforgiving warmongers amongst you. Detention is all about those coveted battle points. With each battle, you risk your reputation, fight and dominate to collect battle points, dominate your sector, and achieve promotion to the next world. Detention zones operate in 8 worlds across the Nikon star system, each world comprising of 9 sectors. Work your way up through each sector by winning battle points and use them to buy your way into the next sector. But beware, as they say in Nikon, easy come, easy go. Detention is a time-limited mode that provides random micro-objectives to complete during the game and utilises a points-based scoring system. The ultimate aim of the game is to defeat the boss monster, which is always located at the centre of the map, which when defeated will award the victors MVP status, and a huge point bonus will be awarded to the team who provided the most damage, and a sneaky little bonus for that lucky loot monkey who managed to get the killing blow. Let's be honest, there's always one in the squad, right? So we decided a while back that our original design of this 2D space shooter just wasn't going to cut it. We then developed the concept of an open world 2.5 dimensional space shooter, which we demonstrated back in October 2022. Remember this guy? No? What about these guys? We knew from the start that we needed to create a map that was vibrant, eye-catching and very distinct. The map would need to have 4 team colour-coded zones which would be separated from each other with boundaries to form a protected start zone for each player team in the game. We could achieve this using a variety of methods, such as placing strong PvE units in strategic positions along the borders of each team quadrant. Turrets was the obvious MOBA choice, like those typically found in MOBA games such as Mobile Legends, League of Legends and Smite. Another option was to place a mini-boss on the border of each zone, which would act as a physical deterrent in the early stages of the game, as tackling this unit at the start would be an impossibility, therefore offering the border protection we needed. Another viable option could be achieved using a series of basic early game objectives, which when completed would lower the boundary defences, protecting each team's territory, therefore allowing the teams to engage, pillage and plunder their neighbouring foes. While brainstorming for this game mode, we knew that we'd need to facilitate various stages of gameplay. At the start of the game, each team would need the opportunity to level up. Squishing camps of space rats seemed like an obvious choice. Shortly after killing your fill of space critters, you'd probably feel a little more confident and maybe want to start picking on something a little bigger. Not long after that, the mini-boss is probably looking like a good target right now. There ain't no settling old scores against your space foe if you can't get past the border chump, right? After you've broken border patrol, you'd be forgiven for feeling a little hungry for some real challenge. After all, nothing fights back better than another player. Well, okay, maybe 3 of them would be more fun, right? So time's been ticking a while, and you've got lost in all that zapping, and you've used up all of your player pew-pews. It's probably time you started thinking about taking out the big boy in the centre of the map. Boss time, baby. take it down or wear a frown? You decide, princess. So here it is, Detention, the winner, or at least the map that we decided to use as the inspiration for our Detention arena mode. The map shown is the playable area of the map, meaning there may be some saucy stuff happening beyond the borders of the map, but that's none of your business. You're here to squish some vermin, so let's show you how you're going to do that exactly. As mentioned earlier, there are 4 colour-coded team quadrants, and up to 3 players per team. These quadrants represent 4 of the factions from our lore with whom you may already be accustomed. The Hellcats of Atropax, the Ninja Cats of Toyama, the Draconians of Kova, and last but by no means least, the infamous Robocats of the Robocorp faction. Now let's take a closer look at how each quadrant might look. Your team will start at the outermost edge of the quadrant where you'll be held until the game begins. The mini-bosses guard the borders, which as aforementioned, prevent early game PvP, which affords players a chance to earn some points to level up before having to engage in player versus player combat. However, do be warned, this is not foolproof protection. For those tacticians amongst you, there may be ways to breach the borders earlier than your enemy might expect, although it's almost certainly a one-way trip. Elites are resilient mobs that protect the boss. Although the boss doesn't attack any players until at least one quadrant have cleared their elite mobs, once this has been achieved, the boss will begin attacking all quadrants on the map. So here we are, you've got your eyes on the big guy in the middle of the map. He doesn't look that menacing. You ready? Probably not, but hell, let's fight it anyway. Since you're ready to fight, you should probably know what you're up against. Firstly, it's super important to note that unless the elite in your quadrant is dead, you ain't doing any damage to the big guy, so get that done first, Nugget. The boss has an arsenal of attacks and minions at his disposal, and trust me, he ain't afraid to use them. The boss has a variety of abilities from sweeps, spits, thunderous strikes, hellswarm, hell. You name it, he's probably got it. The boss will do considerably more damage the closer you are to him, and some of his abilities are nothing less than a one-way ticket to the scrapyard, so get your wits together, watch for the red spots, and prepare your evasive manoeuvres. You're gonna need them. Occasionally throughout the fight, the boss will spawn his lieutenants randomly on the map. The location of these lieutenants are indicated by the red arc around the boss. Get close, get the location, and get sorted. The boss will begin to lick his wounds and heal up while his lieutenants are distracting you, and he can't be targeted until they're dead. There are a myriad of boss mechanics and attack patterns that you'll need to learn to survive. Alongside that, there are a host of mini objectives that may be offered to your team during the battle. Obtain and complete these challenges within the allotted time frame to earn bonus points for your team. Every point matters, so don't overlook these opportunities when they present themselves. For those cosmic cowards among you, don't think that hiding at the back of the map will save you. The boss will frequently bombard even the furthest parts of the map, so make sure you're alert and prepare those thrusters. Or face the repairable. The choice is yours. So you've hit the time limit, you didn't manage to pack a punch, and the boss is laughing at those potato guns you've mounted to that tin can you call a spaceship. Oh well, better luck next time. Boss will enrage and ends the game with a mighty blow to all remaining player units on the map, which signifies the end of the game. Game over! Right, well, that's it guys. That is the update that we have for you. Hope you really enjoyed it. It's took a long time to get to this point, but now we have some concepts, and we just I guess we're just looking for a little bit of feedback. We have a little bit of a preliminary roadmap up there. We hope that maybe have the inventory and upgrade system wrapped up by the end of December, which is what we've been working on for the last couple of months. In January should see the start of the arena game implementation, with a few dev previews and demos perhaps in the February-March months. The aim is to get Open Alpha Arena demo out to you guys on multi-device, hopefully at least with Android and PC, and possibly iOS as well, by April. So if you have any feedback for us, if you've got any questions at all, guys, don't forget to hit us up at our socials. As always, we thank you deeply for your patience and your support, and it is a long time coming, but as you can see, we are working relentlessly on the project, and we hope to see you in April for the Alpha Arena demo. Again, thanks from me, thanks from John, and thanks from the rest of the team. We'll see you in the next video.